There are moments in the NBA when a rumor feels so wild, so unbelievable, that it instantly sets every fanbase on fire. And right now, the Golden State Warriors universe is absolutely exploding, with one name echoing from every corner of social media, talk shows, and locker room whispers: Zach Lavine. The idea of Lavine wearing the blue and gold has turned from a distant dream into a very real speculation that's sending shockwaves through the Bay Area. As a Warriors fan, it's impossible not to imagine the electricity this move would bring. Just picture it: Lavine cutting through defenders with that signature burst, flying above the rim with gravity-defying athleticism, catching lobs from Curry, and pulling up for smooth mid-range jumpers while Chase Center loses its mind. The very thought of that sight makes every Dub Nation heart beat faster. This rumor started as a small whisper, a passing mention on a late-night talk segment about potential blockbuster trades. But within days, it became a wildfire. Insiders began connecting dots: the Warriors front office looking for an explosive scorer to balance the roster, Lavine's uncertain situation in Chicago, and the Warriors need to reignite their dynasty window. Suddenly, the question wasn't if, but when. For Warriors fans, this is more than just a name. Zach Lavine represents something this team has missed since the departure of Kevin Durant, a pure scorer who can take over games when Curry rests. He's got that killer instinct, the confidence to attack any defender, and the finesse to fit perfectly within the Warriors' motion-heavy system. Imagine the spacing, the cutting, the rhythm. It's poetry waiting to happen. At the heart of this rumor lies one tantalizing thought: could the front office really pull off such a bold move? After all, the Warriors' cap situation is complicated. But when has that ever stopped this franchise from thinking big? From bringing in KD to reinventing small ball basketball, the Warriors have never been afraid to gamble on greatness. And let's be honest, Zach Lavine in a Warriors uniform wouldn't just be a move, it would be a statement. A statement that the dynasty isn't done, that the fire still burns, and that the Bay is ready for another run at glory. Fans have already taken to social media, creating mock lineups that look downright unfair. Curry, Lavine, Clay, Draymond, Wiggins, are you kidding me? One fan posted. That's a cheat code, another replied. And honestly, it feels that way. Lavine's athleticism could inject the Warriors' offense with a new tempo. He's the type of player who can take a defensive rebound coast to coast and dunk with fury. He can also stretch the floor, hitting step-back threes with ease. Pair that with Curry's gravity, and defenses will have nightmares trying to decide who to guard. But there's also a poetic side to this rumor. Lavine's career has been a roller coaster, bursts of brilliance overshadowed by tough stretches in Chicago, where inconsistency and rebuilding seasons have kept him from true contention. The idea of him finding redemption in Golden State, surrounded by champions, guided by Curry's leadership, and embraced by Dub Nation, feels like destiny calling. Steve Kerr's system thrives on movement, selflessness, and intelligence. Critics might question whether Lavine's isolation-heavy game could fit that mold. But fans know that Kerr has a history of unlocking players' potential. Just look at what he did with Andrew Wiggins, once seen as inconsistent, now a key finals contributor. So why not Lavine next? Every great team needs to evolve, and the Warriors are no different. With time catching up to the Big Three, this move could be the bridge between eras, the spark that extends the dynasty's life. Lavine's arrival could mark the beginning of the Curry-Lavine era, a blend of finesse and firepower that keeps Golden State at the top. And you can feel it, that buzz in the Bay. Reporters standing outside Chase Center, fans gathering around practice facilities, the chants of Lavine, Lavine, echoing online. Even former players are weighing in. Some say it's a perfect match, others warn it could upset team chemistry. But no one denies one thing: it would make headlines across the world. There's something poetic about this possible union. The Warriors, a team built on passing, teamwork, and beauty. Lavine, a player defined by power, elegance, and highlight reel flair. Together, they could redefine entertainment basketball once again. Curry and Lavine in the same lineup? That's not just basketball, that's theater. The kind of show that makes fans fall in love with the game all over again. The kind that sells out arenas and dominates highlight reels for years. It's easy to imagine the first moment: Lavine in the blue and gold jersey, stepping onto the hardwood of Chase Center, greeted by a roaring crowd that believes in miracles. The cameras flashing, the banners waving, the feeling that something historic is about to unfold. The NBA thrives on stories, And this would be one for the ages, the high-flying scorer joining the most beautiful system in basketball. The question now is, will the dream become reality? There are hurdles, of course. Salary cap gymnastics, trade assets, luxury tax issues. But the Warriors' front office has proven time and again that they can make the impossible possible. They did it with Durant, they did it with Wiggins, and they could do it again with Lavine. Behind closed doors, rumors suggest that Curry himself has quietly approved the idea. Not confirmed, but whispered, that the captain believes Lavine could help carry the torch. That's all fans needed to hear to start believing. In the modern NBA, chemistry is everything. But imagine the bond that could form between Curry's unselfish brilliance and Lavine's hunger to win. It's a mix of humility and ambition, the recipe that built this dynasty in the first place. Some skeptics might argue that Lavine's defensive struggles could clash with Kerr's emphasis on two-way play. But those same critics doubted Wiggins once, and look how that turned out. The Warriors system has a way of bringing out the best in players who buy in. And Lavine, he's hungry. You can see it in every interview, every frustrated glance during tough games in Chicago. He's been waiting for a chance to win, to matter, to lift something greater than stats, to lift a championship trophy. Warriors fans remember what it felt like to watch Durant's first game in Oakland. That electric anticipation. That realization that something legendary was happening. This rumor stirs that same feeling again. If it happens, it won't just be a transaction. It'll be a moment in history. A rebirth. A declaration that the Warriors are not fading, they're evolving. Every great story has a twist, and maybe this is the one for Golden State. The chapter where new stars rise alongside the old, where Lavine's fire blends with Curry's wisdom, and where Dub Nation once again becomes the epicenter of basketball magic. Until the ink dries, it remains a rumor. But sometimes, rumors carry the weight of prophecy. Sometimes, they're whispers of the future waiting to happen. So as fans, we keep watching, refreshing timelines, imagining alley-oops and step-backs that haven't happened yet but feel inevitable. Because in this city, we've learned to believe in impossible dreams. Zach LaVine in the Bay, it sounds crazy, but so did everything else this dynasty achieved. And maybe, just maybe, the next chapter of Warriors' greatness starts with this rumor. Until then, Dub Nation will keep hoping, keep buzzing, and keep chanting, "Bring Lavine home." Before we dive into the next update, help us keep the Warriors' spirit alive by subscribing to the channel and smashing that like button. Stay connected with all the latest Golden State Warriors news. Now, let's get into it.